Good morning, Belizean vegetable gardeners. My name is Oscar Salazar. I work for the Ministry of Agriculture for the horticulture unit here in Central Farm. This is an exciting time for you to become a part of the agriculture sector in Belize. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic for the past 2 years, a lot of persons have been interested in becoming or doing vegetable gardening, which is important for Belize in order for us to produce our own food. Our horticulture team is one unit in Central Farm that provides several services to the Belizean public. One of them is the production of seedlings for sale. The other is also providing technical assistance in vegetable production gardening. We also provide research, for example, in looking for the best vegetable varieties that can be produced in Belize. In order to be a successful gardener, you have to consider many factors. But today, we will be looking at two main factors, which are the selection of varieties for planting and the correct way or technique to sow seeds. I hope you're ready to enjoy, learn, and get your hands dirty. There are two types of seeds out there in the market. You have the hybrid seeds that you can find at the agro store, and you can also find the open pollinated seeds or the local seeds. Open pollinated seeds that you can harvest from your own garden and reuse to plant again, for example, are beans, corn, and okra. Because of quality and the resistance to pests and diseases, farmers and gardeners choose the hybrid seeds that you can find at your agro store. For example, sweet peppers and tomatoes, cabbages, lettuce are some of the hybrid seeds that you can get. The advantages of using open pollinated or your local seeds is because of economics. The hybrid seeds are very expensive in the market. It costs over $200 for 1,000 seeds, while you can harvest your own at your garden and you can plant over and over again. As gardeners, sometimes we try save seeds, harvest seeds from our past crop. So today we will be showing you a simple germinating test. The germination test is something that you can do to see if the seeds that you have harvested and stored for a while are good enough to use again, to plant again. To sprout the seeds, you need paper napkin, the seeds, and some water. You fold the napkin and you put a little bit of water to moisten the napkin, because in order for you to sprout the seeds, seeds need moisture. So we start by wetting the napkin and carefully start setting the seeds. These seeds are the ones that you have harvested from previous crops, from the local tomato, local cucumber. In this case, we are using cucumber seeds, and Mr. Joseph has now set the seeds, and now we will cover them with the rest of the napkin. And this is basically how we will store them for about a week or so, and you place them on a cool, dry place. Every day you check for moisture in the napkin, because that is crucial. The moistened napkin will help in the germination of the seed. This is an example of corn seed that was harvested in our garden, and we set it to sprout, to germinate about 6 days ago. And you can now see that they have sprouted, and after 6 days you can see now leaves coming out. The seed is good enough for you to use again, right? So that you have enough a good quality seed for you to have a good crop. After 5 or 8 days, depending on the seed that you have put to germinate, you can decide if you can use the seed to plant another crop. For example, if you put 10 seeds and 8 or 9 seeds sprouted from that batch that you put to germinate, it is a very good quality seed. Then from there on, you go back to the stored seed and you can use that seed for planting. To sow your seeds, you can use recyclable containers such as cups that you use at home, or you can use seedling trays that you can find at your favorite agro store. These trays have an average price of about $3, and we will be using this today to produce our seedlings. Seedling trays come in various sizes. If you can see, we have a tray that you can sow up to 288 seeds, 128 seeds, or the most popular one that we use for producing tomatoes, sweet peppers, cabbages, which are 72 cells. And we also have a larger one, which is 50 cells, where you can also produce sweet peppers and tomatoes. Now that we have selected our variety and the container to sow our seed, we look at our sowing medium, which can be soil, or we can use the germination mix. After we get the germinating mix, in this case we use a wheelbarrow so that we don't throw away the excess. We break it up with our hands. You can see this material is made of coconut husk, and it's dry. So in order to fit in the cells, we need to break it up and make it finer, right? After we have broken up the larger pieces of the germinating mix, we continue by adding some water to moisten the material. It is important to note that we should not overwet the material. We just add enough water so that it has enough moisture to germinate the seed. You continue adding water as necessary until you find that moisture is enough. You can see that the mixture is humid enough, it's not overwatered, and this is perfect to now put in the seedling trays. Now it is time to fill in the tray with the mix. We ensure that we compact it a little bit, and we continue adding the mix until the cells are level. The next step now, after we have filled in the tray, we can go ahead and by using our fingers, we can start making the holes where we are going to place the seed. If you can see, there are 72 holes in this tray, and each one of them we will be placing a single seed. It is very important to know that we have several sizes of seeds. For example, you have the zucchini, you have beans, and you have lettuce. All of them having different sizes. It is important because we need to know the depth at which these seeds will be sown. It is the general rule for sowing seeds, it would be around twice the width of the seed. Sowing today is Mr. Mesh. He's using now lettuce. Some seeds come already prepared with either insecticides, etc. In this case, we have a lettuce seed that is prepared. It's different from the other lettuce seed or variety, but it is done like this to protect it from diseases or insects. As I mentioned, one seed per cell. The next step is to cover the seeds. In this case, the seeds are very small, so we have to be careful of not adding much, in this case a germinating mix. So we slightly cover it so that we have good germination and uniform germination. Finally, we add more water so that we can maintain the moisture of the medium and the seed so that they can germinate. Watering or water is very important at this stage, so that you have high germination. On a cloudy day, when the temperatures are cooler, you might only need to water once. But when the day is hot, you will notice that the water evaporates quicker, making the mix drier. So you will need to add more water during the day, twice or 3 times per day. Overwatering can also bring problems. For example, the propagation of fungus and bacteria on your seedlings. So monitoring is very important when it comes to watering your seedlings.